Hey there, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to the How to Market Your Horse Business podcast. My name is Denise Alvarez, and I get the opportunity to host you here each week, and I'm so glad you're joining us here today. Now, before I jump into the meat of our episode, as I've gotten used to saying, before we jump into the good stuff, right, I want to share just a bit about who I am and what I do in case we're new friends, okay? So through my business, Storm Lily Marketing, I get to help horse business owners like you turn your website visitors into your customers. I do that through coaching as well as website design and content, email marketing strategy, and my monthly coaching program called Social Stride. And I do each of these things as well as this podcast here because I want to help you all be out doing more of what you really love to do. And I believe that one of the ways that you can do that is through marketing your business well. And then, of course, I do the other things so that I can take the marketing off of your hands. And that way you can really be out doing what you love to do. I know marketing is not everybody's favorite, but I also know some of you do like the idea of it. You're just not really sure where to begin. You're happy to do it. You just want someone to tell you what to do. So that's why I'm here. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to give you some strategies, some basic how-tos so that you can not only see what's possible for your business, but so I can help to guide you through that process today. Not today, every day, right? Every time you join me here on the podcast. Today, though, we are finishing up a mini series that I've been doing all about email marketing. I really do believe no matter what your niche is, no matter what your discipline is, no matter what product or service you're providing to the equine world, email marketing can be a really helpful tool for you in your marketing toolkit. Now, in case you're just joining me today and you've not been with us on this journey the past few weeks, then here's a quick recap of what we've talked about. And if one of these piques your interest, I invite you to go back and listen as well to today's, of course. All right, so episode 64, we talked about one thing that can change your horse business in 2022, which you now know is email marketing. But we broke that down. We talked about some of those benefits as well. We also talked about some roadblocks, and we did even more roadblock work in episode 65, where I answered the question, why does email marketing feel like spam and how can I change it, right? And so we addressed the idea that many of you feel like you're spamming people if you jump into email marketing. And I shared how you can do it well instead. 3 ways, actually, that you can do your email marketing well so that you are not spamming your friends. And then finally, in episode 66, we talked about some of the common email marketing questions that you have, including list size, as well as some others. So again, that was episode 64, 65, and 66. In case you're just now joining me on this series, today is our last day in this series to talk about email marketing. And we're going to be talking about what goes in your email newsletter. But before we do that, I want to make sure that you have gone to get your free email marketing guide that accompanies this series because it walks you through the steps of how you can actually get started with email marketing. And it is actually called The Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing for Horse Businesses. You can get yours for free at stormlily.com/email guide. It's super basic. It's super practical because you know I love to break those things down for you. And then I also today am opening up my online course all about email marketing. It's called Email Marketing Basics. It's going to help you walk through those steps in a little more detail with tutorials, with support documents, with a video lesson from me. And you can sign up for that now. It's at stormlily.com/email basics. I will share more about that at the end of this episode once I answer this question about what goes in your email newsletter. But I did want to make sure that you know those things are available to you right now. Now, the course I'll talk about later, the doors will close to that on Tuesday, March 8th. So you definitely want to take action for that now. The email guide will continue to be available to you. So if you happen to be listening to this episode past March 8th, don't worry, that guide is still available to you as well. All right. But like I said, we will talk more about the course at the end because first I want to help you figure out what should actually go in your email newsletter. Because at this point, you may be saying, okay, Denise, you've answered my questions. You've addressed my objections to email marketing. I know I can do it without spamming people. So how do I do it? What do I actually put in my emails? And you are not the only person that has asked me this question. I actually had a coaching call recently with a client where I help her with her email marketing every month. And we were having a strategy call. And when we first started working together, she was concerned because she didn't think she would have anything to put in her email newsletter. She was like, I'm on board. I know it's beneficial, but I just don't think I can have that much content. I said, oh, don't you worry. I love coming up with content ideas. So I will coach you through that process. We will put together an editorial calendar. I will go through all of your content and come up with some ideas and help you figure out how to best serve your audience. So I've been doing that with her. And yesterday when we had our call, she was coming up with so many ideas on her own. And I just laughed and I told her, it's so funny when we first started, you didn't think you could come up with anything. And now look at this. We have a huge list of ideas to pull from. And so the same is going to be true for you. I'm going to share with you some specific topics today. But as you begin to start training yourself to think through the eyes and the ears of your best fit audience, then I promise you will see the opportunities for what you can put inside of your email newsletter to serve your audience are truly endless. Now, just as a quick side note, I keep saying email newsletter, and if we've been friends for long, you know that I don't really love that concept. I don't love for you to put on your website, sign up for my email newsletter. Right? It's not exciting. It's kind of boring. It's not enticing. So I would rather you not use that when you're asking people to sign up, right? Tell them it's the first to know list. Tell them, describe what it is. What are they going to get out of it? But today I'm calling it your email newsletter because at the same time, we all understand what that is. And I'm not trying to get you to sign up for your own email newsletter. We're just going to call it like it is, right? So whether this is a weekly, a bi-weekly, or a monthly email newsletter, you're sending it out regularly to people that have said they want to hear from you. And there is no set formula for this, okay? There's not just one way to do that. And if you see what's coming into your own personal email inbox, you will see that. The one thing that I think is important for every single one of you that are listening to this is that you remember to serve your list first, right? Your email newsletter is not the place for you to only sell, only promote, only sell, only promote, and that's all you ever do. Yes, absolutely. You're going to incorporate that into your emails. You are a business, you have bills to pay, and I'm here to help you build up that business. And we will talk about an idea here of incorporating that. But if all you ever do is sell, 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 then I promise you, you will see those open rates we talked about last week begin to go down. People will not click as often and not take action as often because they're not going to open them as often, right? Because they're like, oh, she just has another thing to sell. I'm not really in the buying mood, or I don't need a new saddle right now. But if you're providing helpful information, then when the time comes that they need new tack and new gear and they need lessons, whatever the case may be, then you're going to be right there with them, okay? That also means you can't call me up later and say, Denise, email marketing is not working for me. You're full of it. And when I turn around and say, okay, sure, send me some of your emails. I'd love to see what you're doing and take a look. And if all you send me are your promotional emails, then I'm going to be able to tell you, hey, this is why it's not working for you. Okay. So let's just straighten that out front. Yes, you can sell and I want you to sell, but that's not all you're going to do in your email newsletter. Okay. So if that's the case, then what do you do, right? So today I want to share with you 5 topics that you could include in your email newsletter. Maybe you would create a template based on some of these where you have the same topic every week, or maybe you create a template that just gives you your design, but you're going to change up the topics every now and then, and this gives you some ideas to pull from. No matter what it is, of course, keep your ideal audience front and center. Remember to use words that are speaking to them. It's so easy to start using our own jargon, our own vernacular that we're used to, that maybe your audience isn't quite ready to hear or doesn't understand yet. So use the words that they use as you're putting these emails together, okay? Now, one quick thing before we get to these topics, okay? I'm assuming for now that you are emailing your entire list all at one time. But as you get deeper into email marketing strategies for your business, you may begin to segment your list, meaning maybe you want to create an email that is specifically for people that are interested in certain topics or disciplines that you serve. For example, if you sell tack, maybe you're going to have a group that only gets notifications about Western gear or English gear, right? If you're somebody that serves both disciplines or both areas of focus within the equine industry. So you can break it up. Maybe you're a training or a lesson facility and you would have a group inside of your list that's just for people that are interested in events and clinics, but not necessarily one-on-one lessons. There are tons of ways that you could divide up your email list. The point here is that it's an option for you, and I want you to know that, and it can be super helpful. But just starting out, email them as one group. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about today is if you have one email newsletter that you're sending out to a group. All right. Okay. So here we go. 5 topics that you can include inside of your email newsletter. Topic number 1 is insider information. These would be things that you're maybe not necessarily sharing on social media, for example, right? That gives people an opportunity to come behind the scenes with you a little bit more. Maybe you're going a little more in depth on your training philosophies, right? Maybe if you're a breeding facility, you're doing more in-depth features on your stallions, or if you have mares, then you're talking about them. Maybe you're going to do a Q&A with a team member. There are lots of different ways you can take people behind the scenes and make them feel like an insider, right? So that the people who get your emails know that they are your true friends, all right? Okay, topic number 2, you can include a quick tip. Now, this can be something helpful. It can be something they may not know. It can be something that you're wanting to remind them of. I actually saw one this morning that applies to this because they were sharing how to get your trailer ready for season. Spring is coming. What are all the tune-up things you need to do to your horse trailer? And you might be saying, Denise, they can easily find that online. Why do I need to provide that information? Well, the person that sent that email, or the business actually that sent that email, they know this is the time. People need to know this. They're maybe not going to go Google it, but if I show up in their inbox with this information, they may click, go to my article, and take action. You can also give them a quick tip that's going to be a quick win, right? Something that they can go out and do in 5 or 10 minutes and see progress with, depending on, of course, what it is. I know that you're saying horse trainers are going, Denise, really? But yes, you can say, hey, if you only have 10 minutes with your horse, here's what I want you to do, right? That would be a quick tip. Okay, topic number 3 that you could include in your email newsletter is upcoming shows and events. And yes, I know it sounds simple, but it's something that often people overlook, that if you are traveling, people want to know where they can see you. Where are you going to be? Are you going to have a booth at an expo? Let them know you're going to be there, right? Are you hosting a clinic at your facility? Are you giving a clinic at someone else's facility? Let people know where you're going to be, what's coming up, and where they can connect with you. And that can easily be included in your regular email newsletter. Topic number 4 is your newest blog post or YouTube video or podcast, whatever the case may be, where it is that you are putting out regular content. Then you can notify them, hey, did you know I have a new episode up? I have a new video up. I have a new blog post up. Here's what you can get. Here's what you're going to learn, right? So wherever it is that you're putting out your content, your email list needs to get notified because they're the ones that are most likely to go and watch and listen and take action. Now, when you hear this, you might be thinking, Denise, they already follow me. They've signed up for my emails. I guarantee they're already following what I do. But people are busy, right? They have busy lives. And so even if they're already following you, maybe they put that on the I'll do that later list, and your email is the thing that's going to remind them, oh, maybe I should go watch that now, right? Or it's going to tell them why they should go watch it. What's the promise? What are they going to get from it? What's the problem you're going to help them solve, right? Make it easy for them to take action and go check out your newest blog post, your newest video, your newest podcast, whatever the case may be. Okay, topic number 5. This is our last one. Topic number 5 is to feature your product or service. This I would not recommend listing everything in one time, right? Instead, make it a featured product area or a featured service area. Tell a story as you do that. This is your opportunity to sell. This is your chance to tell them what's popular, what's seasonal, what do they need to get because spring is on the way, what do they need to get because winter is coming, right? So use this segment inside of your email newsletter to drive those sales, drive them to your online store, drive them to sign up for your upcoming clinic or event this way as well, right? You can combine those things. If that's an income opportunity for you, then make that your featured service, right? Encourage them to book a clinic. Maybe you want people to host your clinics. There you go. There's a great place to put it. All right. Now, as I said, remember to speak to the problem that you are solving in this. Don't get to this section of your email newsletter when you're going to feature a product or service and just start talking about yourself, right? Don't talk about how great you are, how great your product is. Talk about what it's going to do for them because that's going to help you make the sell. All right. Okay, friends, you have now 5 topics to get you started for your first email newsletter. So I hope you are ready to take action. Now, to help you with that, I do want to invite you into my online course that is available, Email Marketing Basics. Like I said, you will learn inside of there how you can start and build an effective email marketing strategy from scratch. The doors are open as of the time of this podcast publishing through March 8th. So I want you to jump in there on March 8th or by March 8th at 5 p.m. Central. I will be closing the doors so that I can really focus on serving my students well. And because I want to be able to help you to take action, I've created some really fun bonuses. So one of those things is that if you sign up by Friday, March 4th on 8 a.m. Central, then you can get a free clarity coaching call with me so I can help you get clarity around the direction that you need to go with your email marketing. So if that's something that interests you, I encourage you to go ahead to stormlily.com/email basics and get signed up there. You will see that the course is divided into 3 easy to digest lessons. So in each one, you will get a video of me teaching you. You will get a tutorial of how to do this inside of MailerLite, which is the email marketing platform that I love. And then you will also get supporting documents. And then, as I said, I've created some really fun bonuses to go along with that. So you're going to learn how you can create and deliver a valuable freebie. You're going to learn how you can design and write an amazing email newsletter. And I'm going to help you plan your first 3 months of email content. So you can't say you don't know what to put in there because we've already started today with what goes in your email newsletter, right? So I'm going to help you set up your editorial calendar and get a system into place so that as spring is coming, as summer is coming, when you start to get busier, then you already have a system in place, right? You already know what you're going to do and you're all set up. Everything is automated. When somebody signs up for your email, then they get your freebie. We're going to set all of that up inside of Email Marketing Basics, okay? Now, as I said, enrollment is only open through Tuesday, March 8th at 5 p.m. Central. So I want you to head on over to stormlily.com/email basics, learn more, get enrolled, and then you will get immediate access to all of those lessons as well as the bonus materials that I've shared with you. That clarity call, you do need to sign up by 8 a.m. on Friday, March 4th to get that clarity call. It's an early enrollment bonus. That's why, right? So for those early birds who are listening, if you sign up by then, you will get that free clarity coaching call, 30 minutes with me. And if you don't, you will still get the other bonuses that I've created to go along with this course because I really want to do everything that I can to help you take action. I want to do everything I can to help you to be equipped to take action. And so that after you do that, you can continue taking action every month, right? So this is the first step, but I want you to have a system. I'm going to help you build out that system and so that you can really get the benefits of having an active and engaged email list of people that want to hear from you, right? So if you have any questions, whether it's about the email course or if it's about what to put in your email newsletter, as always, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to chat with you. And of course, go to the show notes today at stormlily.com/67. I will have links there for the other episodes I mentioned earlier as a part of this email marketing mini series we've been doing here on the podcast. And then, of course, I will have the link there for the Email Marketing Basics course as well. All right. I'm so grateful you're here. I hope that this has been helpful and encouraging to you. I'm really excited. Next week, I have a new guest on the podcast that I think you're going to love hearing from. So make sure you stick around and come back next week. But in the meantime, head on over to stormlily.com/emailbasics and check out that course because I think it's going to be exactly what you need to get you started on the right path. All right. Okay. Thanks so much for joining me here, friends. I will see you again next week. Have an awesome day.